Happy New Year, and we are back with the first episode of Total Meltdown for 2009. I am G-Nitro, and along with me, as always, is my lovely co-host Mo, and we are ready to conquer the new year.
Yeah, something like that.
So, hope everybody's had a great Christmas and New Year's. I know I did.
Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. And for you atheists out there, just another day.
Yeah, the boredom.
Yeah.
So, things were very hectic around Pwned at the new year. In case people haven't noticed, there's a new redesign. We'll get into that a bit later. But we have a new format coming with the show. We're bringing back member interviews, as well as just a new setup and how we handle the topics and all when we go through the show.
Yeah, we're starting fresh this new year, so it should be pretty interesting. See how that goes.
But to start the show off, Mo, how have you been?
Oh, I've been pretty good. Been pretty good. Just busy. Lots of work. Work.
Yeah, I know how that is. I've been busy as well. If I'm not working at home, I'm working on Pwned.
I'm trying to, well, actually, I got a raise. So now hopefully I'll be able to have a little slightly more money for those video games. I know I need to, well, I'm thinking about joining up to Gamefly. Well, I'm pretty positive I'm probably going to join up to Gamefly or something. Or I can just rent shit and then just, if I don't like it, just send it back.
Yeah, it tends to be cheaper too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I've been playing quite a few games. We've had some good game nights and all. My Guzex trades have slowed down. After my 5th month in a row of being a top seller, I don't think I'm going to hit it this month.
That's such a shame. That is
know.
such a shame.
I know.
You have been dethroned.
Yeah, other than that, just featured on Gametopia's podcast. You can check it out, GameTopias.com. Had a great time with Rich, Alex, and Adele. Came to find out...
Is that up now?
It should be by the time we have this uploaded.
Oh, okay, cool.
It'll be their episode 19. Came to find out that I have previously met the one co-host, Adele. At Penny Arcade Expo, at the CCP party, she was accompanying Yavanna because she works for Charisma Plus 2 as well. And I didn't realize it. Like, when she was talking, she was like, "Oh, I was at PAX." And we're like, "Really?" And I was like, "Yeah." You know, I met Yavanna. She was like, "Oh, wait. Where were you?" I was with her. I was like, "Really?" And I was at the CCP party, and we were like, "Oh, crap." And realized after I saw the link to her pick, and she saw the link to ours, she was like, "Holy shit." We were like, "Yeah." It was pretty interesting.
You have a habit of doing that, like meeting people at conventions, and then later on you find out, you start talking to them, and then you realize, hey, I've met you.
You sound like you're talking from personal experience.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's kind of odd that way. I guess it's a smaller world, especially when you start hitting the video game world.
Oh, no.
Tend to think, especially in the industry.
And that's what I was thinking. Because,
Yeah.
I run across all kinds of, the same people over and over again. But, oh well.
Yeah, so we had some member feedback finally.
Come on, people. Let's work, work with us here. Work with us here.
So, before I get into the member feedback, don't forget, people, every week, that's right, we're going weekly now. I almost forgot to say that. I think we talked about it in the last podcast, but we are going completely weekly. This is the first show of the year. Expect something every week unless something major goes down.
Yeah.
Or we're going to an event. Even then, I'm going to try to get it done.
Well, we did talk about it last time. We just didn't tell them when it was going to be up. We're doing it. We decided to record every Monday. So
we hope to have it up by Tuesday for everybody to listen to. So we've got that. Member interviews are back. So this this week we have our first member interview with Church, longtime member of Pwned, as well as a longtime friend of mine. So, great interview. Had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun.
So that every member interview, just like this one, will be at the end of the show. So don't stop listening when we sign off, because we'll be going right into the interview. So,
And trust me, if you ever watched Power Rangers, you're going to want to listen to this.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, oh my god, that was crazy. But our first feedback comes from Bloody Polar Bear, and he's been on the site for a few months now.
I know, but sorry, Bloody Polar Bear is just funny to me. Anyway, continue.
All right, thank you. He's been on the site since. I hate going to people's profiles with music. After this, I'll tell you an interesting thing last night. Okay. Bloody Polar Bear's been on the site since the end of September, and he comes to us basically saying, hey guys, I'm Wesley Evers from the Average Joe Gamer podcast, so people who listen to that, it's a fellow podcaster in the industry. He says, don't give up on the PS3 Nitro. Killzone 2 is going to be amazing. And yes, we know home sucks, but that was coming. But don't turn that PS3 into a sex box yet. The members know me so well. And also, towards our Fallout 3 discussion, he says, Fallout 3 characters do level up with your character, but what you heard or saw is some characters have an almost set level, like huge super mutant behemoths.
Mm-hmm.
Says he bombed on the spelling, but nobody else can see it, so it's okay. And the fish thingy kings.
Oh yeah, the Murloc Kings.
Yeah. And the other thing he says, you guys could use some music. And
yeah.
He's willing to send us some stuff, but as people have heard coming into the show, we've already got that down. So
I didn't hear it.
You will.
Oh, okay.
Post editing, production, you know.
Oh, okay.
They'll hear it. We won't. Well, first off, thanks for giving us some feedback. We've definitely been waiting for some, and we hope to hear some for more in the future. I haven't given up on my PS3, honestly. Sony bugs me. I mean, every time I think they're about to step it up to the next level, they knock themselves right back down. Home, maybe it'll turn into something good, but I'm not expecting. Killzone 2, yes. I am looking forward to it. It's supposed to be the first-person shooter for the PS3 to put it on the same level as the 360 in their games. So I definitely look forward to that. As for Fallout 3, well,
I beat it.
Really?
Yeah, I finally beat it.
Yesterday,
actually. I beat it yesterday, and then as soon as I was done, I hopped back onto Oblivion, because when I changed my gamer tag, I lost all my achievement points, so now I gotta get them all back.
Bleh.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan of Oblivion, but I'm serious, like, I'd get the fucking, like, you know, Oblivion symbol tattooed on my ass if I could, because I absolutely love that game.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad game. Nah. But yeah, so as for the music, like I said, we got a new intro theme. So don't worry about us, Wesley. We will definitely be meeting the expectations of music. I hope. But what I was gonna say, the interesting thing that happened when the music came up on that guy's page, when I looked at it real quick. Everybody who's been to my page knows that they now have to turn down their speakers. Because the Lucky Star theme song will blast the shit out of you. Well, Alex went to go from GameTopias.com last night after we recorded the show, went to go look at my page, and her speakers were on full blast. All of a sudden, I just hear the theme song start, and I bust out laughing. I'm like, well, somebody's looking at my page. She's like, oh my god! I wish it was still on the podcast, because it was that funny. If there was like a bloopers thing for podcasts, that would have been great. Oh my goodness, I just couldn't stop laughing. And then later on, Adele, I guess she had heard about it, but it still caught her off guard a little bit. She's like, oh my god. So, it worked out. It was funny. I'm definitely gonna have to try to find a way to lower that volume.
Yeah, because that theme song is quite ridiculous.
Yeah, it was funny though. So, oh, I was about to say something else and I forgot.
Yeah, because I hear you clicking in the background.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
looking at Nitro.
I'm not. One thing I'm doing. Um, I'm checking out the Windows 7 beta, and I'm working out like antivirus protection right now and stuff like that.
Okay.
So that's why you hear the clicking. I'm like, click. But yeah, I'm checking it out. It was released. The beta was released while CES was going on. Microsoft announced it and let people go to the website and download it. So
I
I
haven't
figured,
really heard much from CES this year. Like I know a couple people that went, but I've not heard a significant amount of awesome things coming out this year. Unless I'm just not paying attention.
well, Hades, the head writer of my writing team, who
Yeah, I saw. I knew he's there.
like, oh, he's such a help, great help. He has been updating daily from CES. Um, he's discussed Killzone 2 and how great it looks. Um, the Windows 7 beta he talks about. He even had a comparison of Resident Evil PS3 and 360, in
Huh.
which a lot of
PS.
the talk up till now has been that the 360 looked better, but he said,
Huh.
looking at the same screens, the same everything, the PS3 ran better and looked better.
I'm not surprised.
But when it comes to that co-op online, I know which side I'm choosing, which is 360. Because I'm sorry, PSN is killing me. We tried to do Little Big Planet earlier this week, and we just couldn't get it going. People were dropping out every time we started into a room.
That sucks.
Yeah. Um, looks like there's home details from CES that he has as well. So, well, I'll discuss the home details later in the news section. I don't want to jump ahead. So, we shall move on to the big news. Pwned.com has relaunched and come out of beta. For everybody out there, you've come back to the site, hopefully.
If you haven't, then please come back to the site.
Yeah, you definitely got to check it out. New Year's Day, we went down around, I think it was around 8, 9 in the morning Eastern time. And we were down till pretty late that night. But after a week of working out the bugs and kinks, because I was checking out the redesign, the beta redesign, or the redesign of the site, I was glad to finally get it out there. It looks wonderful. It looks more slick.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
For some people, it takes a while to get used to navigating, but once you figure it out, it's a lot faster. And I don't know if people have noticed the toolbar at the top with your user homepage profile, friend request, inbox. It updates real time. It's not every time you refresh a page. If you get a message from your inbox, it's going to show up in the top. So,
Fancy.
yeah. With that, we are now allowing you to redeem your Pwn points. Everybody who was in the private beta December of 2007 got their points doubled. So I'm now sitting around 108,000.
That is so sick.
I know, I can't even
But
use them.
again, yeah, I was gonna say again, you can't even use your points.
But
So you might as well just give them up to me.
it works because a lot of people want to beat me, so I think it's a nice goal for people to set. But
Yep,
with
I'm hitting almost 6,000.
wow, getting up there.
Sorry. Sorry. I had to say that. Oh, God, I'm so
Yeah.
pathetic.
With the Pwn points, nobody's up to the point of being able to redeem consoles, but we do have them. But the biggest thing is you can now redeem it for games. We decided on a point price setting of 35,000 points for Wii, PS3, and 360 games, and a 25,000 price point for DS and PSP, and a 30,000 price point for Steam games. If you go to the pwn.com/pwnpoints or go through Play or Gear and go to Pwn Marketplace, you will find it there. And it will tell you if you have enough points or not to redeem, and if whatever you want, click on the button for redeem, and it'll go through a processing phase, of course, because we have to check to make sure you got all your points legit. And once it is, we'll have it shipped out within 3 to 4 weeks, and you'll have a brand new game that you didn't really have to pay for, just with time of hanging around the site and utilizing the site like you normally would. We've had a few people redeem already, and they're proving that it works, especially with the brand new premium content we're adding into the Pwn points as well. We have an Ajax shout box. I don't know if you've gotten it, Mo.
I got it. That was the first thing I got.
Yeah, it is.
It's like 2,500 points.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's totally worth it, too. It's absolutely, totally worth it, especially if you spend a lot of time in the shout box, which, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But it's worth it.
Yeah, if you don't purchase that, you have to now, pretty much.
Yeah. Because the refreshing, like, people, like, it's like if you don't have it, every time you refresh, it's like a whole new entire page of just conversations, and you just basically, you're lagging compared to everybody else.
Yeah, you'll be like, what the hell? And but it creates what we wanted the whole time. The shout box to turn into like a real-time chat. And it works. I mean, I love it. I'm on there, and I type fast, so it's great. Definitely got to check out the Ajax shout box. We're looking to bring out more premium content throughout the year. For those wondering why we're putting out stuff like that for premium content, because we had some people question it, like, why do I have to pay for this? It should be free. Stuff like that uses more system resources for us and server resources. So you have to bear with us. We're not going to give you anything that's required to use the site in any way. So there's no need to worry about that. I don't know what you're talking about. So, God, my cell phone's going off. I'm trying to turn it off. Make it stop. Make it stop.
No, but do you know if they have? Because I know with the Ajax shout box, sometimes when you press enter or when you post something, sometimes it doesn't come up. Do you know if they fixed that yet?
It hasn't been fixed yet. Looking into it. Basically, it doesn't come up, but if you refresh the Ajax shout box, like you re-click and go back in, it'll be there.
Oh, okay.
It's not like it doesn't go through. It's just sometimes it won't. I think if too many people chat at the same time, all post at the same time, that's what kind of happens.
Okay. Because I know some people were like, why is it doing that to me? Why is it doing that to me? Trust me, you're not the only one.
Yeah, I've noticed it, and I was like, well, let me refresh to see if it went through, and it did.
Okay.
But
fabulous.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. We're working on it. It's not a huge deal. Your stuff still goes through, but look for some more premium content coming. Working on some good things, and we hope to have that out to you soon. Speaking of the shout box, though, the regular shout box, to the dismay of some members, is now PG-13. We had a lot of complaints about very mature sexual conversations going on, and they would get way out of hand. Like, a lot of members were like, screw this, we're not going to come back to the shout box. And some just kind of left the site, and we were like, we're trying, and we've seen with making it PG-13 with the relaunch, we've had very few problems with members.
And there have been many more people in the
Oh my
Shoutbox.
goodness, the people coming back to the Shoutbox that were gone prior is awesome. But don't think we forgot about the people who want to talk with the more mature conversations. We have started in a Pwned adult Shoutbox.
Just for you.
Yeah, for the 17 and up, just like a M-rated game or an R-rated movie. So you can go there and get that out of your system. Rules still apply there. It's not like it's a free-for-all. You can still be banned to the troll box from there. So, just be smart. I mean, you know what's right and what's not.
And please don't give mods attitudes if they say something to you. Because they're just doing their job.
I get it all the time. It comes with the territory.
But you're just, you're just doing your job.
But just got to deal with it.
I know.
So, on that note, game nights in December went very well. Matrix is still dominating Halo 3 when he shows up. Monkey D. Luffy is dominating Call of Duty 4 every time he shows up, so people need to step up. Start taking these guys down.
That's because I haven't been on Call of Duty 4 in a while for game nights. Because once I come in, there's just...
Well, if you'd play, we wouldn't have a problem. But we had our Halo 3 night recently, and Matrix didn't show up, so we had a different winner. Congrats to Arrowhead War. But he was dominating a lot of it, so it'll be nice to see if somebody can give Matrix a run for his money next month. I'm guessing he'll be back. So, I want to congratulate Jerf. He won the December game night grand prize, which was a 4-poster pack from the Spirit movie. It basically features 4 of the girls: Jamie King, Ava Mendes, Scarlett Johansson, and one other. I can't remember her name right now. And we're going to be giving away the same thing. We have a second pack of the same 4 posters. We're going to be giving away for January. So you got to come out, got to play to win. We're still giving out 500 Pwn points for each night, as well as a random prize to be determined by me. Just swag we have laying around at this point. I can't promise it'll be great in your opinion. Some may like it, some not. We're just not going to put it out there because when we did that, people would only show up just because of that. Mm-hmm. And we want people out there playing to play with everybody. And not just for
Scarlett Johansson poster. Scarlett Johansson's hot.
I agree. I had an argument with people about that recently because I said Scarlett Johansson or what's her name? White trash. Angelina Jolie. And everybody was like, Angelina Jolie, and I was like, what? No.
No way.
I was like, Scarlett Johansson. I'm like, Angelina Jolie married and slept with Billy Bob Thornton. Gross.
Nasty.
Exactly.
Well, that's one thing that you and I agree on. About damn time.
Cool. I can't stand that. Ugh. But, as for game nights, yes, we're still working on PC game nights. It's definitely a more proactive process at this point. Just trying to get the servers for it. We know what games are going to be played, so look forward to that. Should be coming within the next few weeks to a month. I know people keep clamoring for it, and trust me, we are working on it steadily. As for Pwn news, that's really it. We have the reviews that have been up recently. There hasn't been a lot going on as reviews wise. I reviewed
a lot of stuff out, so
true. I reviewed Tomb Raider Underworld. For those who didn't check out the news section or the game database for the Xbox 360, I gave it an 8.6 out of 10. Extremely pleased.
I just wonder why, because you're saying it's good, and I mean, with that, you rated it fairly decently, I would say. It's like, you heard about Eidos having to lay off people because of Tomb Raider failing, right?
But the problem in their eyes, their failure is the fact that it's only going to sell 2.5 million.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is that a failure? It's their fault. If they wanted more copies to sell, they should have released it in February or March. You don't release games against juggernauts like Gears of War 2, Call of Duty World at War, Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a problem I have with the game industry. Everybody thinks they're going to make that big buck at Christmas, and it killed Mirror's Edge. It only sold $300,000, 300,000 copies. I mean, what do they expect? People love new things, but the new IPs aren't going to sell like the ones people already know and love at Christmas. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen. Gears 1 was one of the few things to break that tradition. Normally, the Christmas season is for established IPs.
Well, Gears had a ton of press.
Sure.
Tomb Raider really didn't have a whole lot except for the new crotch showing Lara Croft model.
Yeah. Oh,
And other than that, I mean, in America, like, I was reading an article that it did pretty well. Like, it did what it was expected to do in Europe, but in America, it just completely, like, fell on its ass. I think they said it sold, like, 500,000 copies less than what they thought it was going to do.
yeah, because Legends sold 3 million. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know what their problem is. It's a good game, and give it time, and it will sell. I mean, sometimes I think these developers, if they would drop the price on a game that's not going to sell like Gears of War 2, drop it by $10.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait until it drops. Because, like, I don't want to buy used, and I don't want to give GameStop my money. So I'm going to wait until the price drops for Tomb Raider, and then I'm going to get it. Like, I'm actually going to buy it.
Exactly. If you put it at $50, people would jump on it in a heartbeat. Because that $10 makes a difference. I love the new Tomb Raider. I was surprised at how much improvement they had over Legends. Crystal Dynamics with every installment has only made it better. And that's what worries me about the revamp. But the game itself, the platforming is so much fun. It was like kind of like Mirror's Edge. Once you get into the groove, you are moving and flying around those levels. The combat is still the same old auto-targeting, jumping around, and you can keep shooting no matter what. And my one complaint is now the extra weapons, like the shotguns or the AKs or whatever, it's completely unlimited ammo as well. So it kind of takes any kind of challenge out of the game. But, I mean, a lot of games are doing that now. They're making it easier to play because a lot of people, there's so many games out there, a lot of people won't have time to play through every game. So, I definitely recommend the game. I had a blast with it up until I got stuck on a part where I tried like 30 to 40 times and I got fed up. Oh my goodness, I was literally about to break a controller. I haven't been in that mode in a long time. Like, I really thought I was just going to chuck it.
Like, kind of like how you are with Gears 1.
Oh. We'll talk about something similar to that later on. Or actually after this conversation. But no, like, overall, the game looks great. Laura moves naturally now since they got motion capture with a gymnast. The voice actress for Laura is still just as good as it was in Legends. Same lady. I mean, it's perfect. I thought the game overall was an outstanding game. A little on the short side for some people. I thought it was enough length for me. But the fact that they were releasing downloadable content so soon, like new levels and stuff right after,
Yeah.
I thought it was showing that they took it out of the game to make people download it. But they did give people free costumes packs, or not costume packs, but outfit packs for Laura, which is nice because a lot of developers nowadays try to nickel and dime every last cent out of you for downloadable content.
I hate that shit.
Yeah, that's
And
one.
then like 6 months later, they'll fucking make it free.
Yeah, well, that's one thing that Burnout Paradise did well. Like everything so far for Burnout Paradise has been free, and EA surprisingly is the one who's doing it. They're the ones who charge you like $2 to get a theme of your
Yeah.
favorite team from Madden. But speaking of the Gears 1 rage, I have a new game that does that to me.
Oh no.
Call of Duty World at War. Single player, fine. Love the game. Love playing co-op. It's great. Multiplayer, not so much. Some big issues with the multiplayer. I mean,
That sucks.
how do you copy a great engine and setup from Call of Duty 4? I mean, completely copy it and then fuck it up. Like, I don't know. I was playing this past Thursday night, I believe it was. And some guy with a shotgun's running around the level killing me from pretty far away. I say 100 to 200 feet, which is a good distance for a shotgun. And one shot, like, he's just boom. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I'm like, was that a fucking shotgun? And people are like, yeah, it's kind of overpowered. I'm like, kind of. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, where Gears 2 makes the shotgun as weak as possible, World at War is like, it's as powerful as possible. Especially the one you unlock later on. So I was getting frustrated every time I ran into this guy with a shotgun, because he was killing me like that in a snap. Like, it was like, what the hell? Well, somebody else in the game has Juggernaut on, which I hate in Call of Duty 4, but you put stopping power on it and it doesn't make much of a difference. Well, the guns are weaker now, and they obviously didn't scale back Juggernaut. Because even with stopping power on, I was having trouble killing people with Juggernaut.
You need to take that shit out altogether.
I was getting so pissed, and I was just getting so frustrated. I was like, halfway through some matches, I just put my controller down and said, fuck it, I'm not playing. Because I was in a match for another site, the Goozek site. They're having their Goose Olympics going on. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm done. I was like, I'll wait till the next match and see if things change. They don't. They don't change at all. Every match, it's just annoying as hell. So I will tell people we have a Call of Duty World at War night. Unless one of the other staff members steps up to host, I'm getting rid of the game.
You should send it to me.
No.
What?
Because I can get $50 off Goosex.
Oh my god. You cheapskate.
Me, a cheapskate? Why don't you tell people what I've sent you so far?
I just thought about that. Never mind.
See that? See the type of gratitude I get? Ugh. I'm so unloved. But yeah, if you can't iron out the problems, especially when you put out a beta multiplayer, you obviously didn't give a shit and we're only trying to hype up your game. So I don't know, I'm getting rid of it. Maybe at some point I'll pick it back up at a lower price point. But right now, Call of Duty 4 is still the superior product. And that's what I'll stick with. Hell, I played Quantum of Solace yesterday, and I had more fun with that in single player than I did with Call of Duty World at War at any point. And it uses the same engine, and it's the same developer studio.
I can never get into those games.
Quantum of Solace is pretty fun. Trading it off right now because I'll pick it back up at a lower price point. That's how I am. But I got too many things to play. I've been playing Prince of Persia, which is fun as shit. And you can't die in that game. You start falling in, Elika saves you.
That's kind of stupid.
I like it. Because you don't have to wait for everything to reload back up to the checkpoint.
Mm.
She just puts you right back at the checkpoint and you just go. which works for me. And the humor in the game is great. I was just doing the personal conversations because that was an option I liked. The personal conversations, you have an option to actually do them or not, or you can just fly through the game. And I was doing the personal conversations, and just the humor is wonderful. He's got a quick wit when he's talking. Some of the things she says is great. It's a fun overall game, and it looks beautiful as well. I had a lot of fun with it. I look forward to finishing that game. But as for that, I'd say that's it for review wise.
Yeah,
I don't
not
know
too
if
much.
you don't have much to talk about, do you? Anything?
Do I ever? No.
You
Like I
need
told you, I'm just going back and I'm playing Oblivion again.
Jesus.
I'm a dark elf this time. Like I've never played a dark elf.
That's what I played.
Did you? See, I was always a Nord or an Imperial.
Nope.
I have not played the Khajiit, which is like the tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played a dark elf female with purple hair.
Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised?
You want to know what's funny? I went into Saints Row 2 on the PS3 because I picked it up for that as well to play through.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm going to make this my male character because I have my female on the 360. I get in and I make the same exact damn character from the 360 on the PS3. I couldn't do it. And I'm just loving playing through it again, even though the PS3 has some fucking major glitches. I was like, wow, this is such a different experience with the glitches. Like, I'll be picking, like, articles of clothing in the stores, and I'll pick overshirts, and it gives me undershirts. Or I pick shoes, and it gives me, like, pants. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's got some serious things to iron out. And I even downloaded a patch. You'd think that would be fixed. But still a great game regardless. Doesn't matter what console you're playing it on. Except for PC, I hear. I hear it's pretty bad. It's a bummer because I'm such a Saints Row 2 fanboy. Because I was going to get it for PC as well. Because I'm weird like that.
I wish I could play more PC games, but my PC would probably explode.
I don't know. Now that I'm reinstalling stuff, I think my PC might be better since I just reformatted everything.
Dude, I couldn't even play American McGee's Alice.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty pathetic. I've never claimed to be a PC gamer, so... I respect PC gamers, though. But I'm console.
Yeah, so, we're going to go into our gaming news. We're going to talk about a couple short things real quick before getting to the major topic, and everybody knows about this topic. But first, we're going to start out with something close to home for Moe and myself. The mayor of Baltimore, Sheila Dixon, aunt of ex-Terp star and now NBA star Juan Dixon, has been indicted on 12 counts, including perjury. She's accepted, basically, I guess, bribery is one of them, as she was taking gift cards meant for the needy and using them to purchase gaming accessories and consoles.
It says PlayStation 2 and Xbox 360 and PSP.
Yes, this was all reported through GamePolitics.com. And it's this lady from the get-go. I mean, she's from Governor O'Malley's pocket. That's how she got in when he became our governor. Yeah. And this doesn't surprise me one bit. Not to get into the politics side of my views, but she's been shady since she got in there, and everybody was waiting. I mean, this has been about a year-long process of them looking at her and trying to come after her, and her constantly saying she's not guilty. Of course, she's still saying it. You know how politicians are.
Absolutely.
And so instead of giving these gift cards to the needy, she was using them to purchase other items. Nobody knows if this was for herself or for family. I'm sure it was family and friends. Hell, she even had a skybox at Oriole Stadium.
That's sick. This stupid.
That may be
Ah!
normal. That may be normal for mayors. I mean, I'm sure it is, but with her,
Yeah.
it's just another piece of shit to pile on the pile already. So
I mean, for the needy.
yeah, that's bad. I mean, she's looking at jail time, but do I think she's really going to get any?
Probably not.
Probably not. She'll probably lose her seat as mayor, but get a slap on the wrist,
Probably.
which is sad.
More than likely, she's going to resign. So.
Yeah, but that's what's happening in our hometown or our home area.
Can I say, people from Baltimore who love our video games.
Yeah. And another topic. I don't know if anybody's seen this. There was a trailer released recently. Why don't you talk about that, Mo? You were the one who told me about it.
I remember a couple podcasts ago I had mentioned something about there being some kind of reality TV series where like they should put gamers in a house together. Well, little did I know that was already happening. There's this new thing coming out in March on the Sci-Fi Channel called the World Cyber Games. Is it World Cyber Game? World Cyber Games, whatever. Ultimate Gamer. And basically, what it is they put 12 contestants in. I guess like they said it was like a loft in like downtown LA or something, and basically they live together, and it's basically this competition where they find out or they try to figure out who is the ultimate all-around gamer in the US. And I'm somewhat interested in it. I'm not too big on certain reality shows, but I am familiar with a few people that are going to be in this. It looks interesting. The thing that I'm worried about the most is, obviously, like reality TV is hardly ever reality. You know what I mean? It's like they constantly edit it to make people seem like something they aren't. And that's what worries me about it. But I'm going to be watching it. It's going to be really interesting. I like the concept, the fact that they're doing actual gaming competitions, like in real life. Like they're kind of like making like in the preview they have like Halo where they're playing paintball, but it's like a Halo version of paintball, and then they actually play the actual video game in a competition. So I'd like to, I'm interested to seeing where they are going with that. I haven't seen a whole lot of positive feedback about it. A lot of people were saying that it looks like a joke. I think people are just kind of being haters a little bit. And I noticed there are a lot of people that were talking like, oh yeah, well they should have got real professional gamers. They should have got blah, blah, blah. Well, they don't really have a list of people who are going to be on it. They don't really have like, on the website, it's just the trailer. They don't have any information about the contestants or anything. But I'm familiar with majority of the people on there, and I'm pretty sure at some point in time they were all competitive gamers, like serious competitive gamers. I know there's one from the Frag Dolls, one from who is an ex-Frag Doll, and then there's CG Starslayer who comes on to Pwned once in a while. And then I know there's a StarCraft 3 player, some guy named Swoozy who's apparently pretty good, and there are a couple other people, but there's the only ones that I'm familiar with. I think it looks pretty interesting. I mean, it could be bad. It has the possibilities of being bad simply because of the editing, but I'm kind of interested in seeing where they go with it. What do you think?
Well, my honest opinion, I can't stand reality TV. Like, I'm a very big, I don't know, anti reality person. I just never really liked it, and I don't like seeing the fact that gamers are now putting themselves into this atmosphere, living in a house together, doing this, and seeing some of the emotions and stuff that people were having and the way they were already reacting. I mean, we see it enough in the gaming industry where people at each other's throats sometimes.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Now, I I consider CG Starslayer an acquaintance of mine. We don't really talk a whole lot, but I've read her blog, and there's a part in the trailer where you see her crying, and she says something along the lines of like, "This is just so hard," and then they cut it off.
Yeah.
Well, in her blog, she stated the rest of that. Like after they cut it off from the trailer, she basically stated the rest of it. What she had said after they had cut it off, and it's not what you think. You know what I mean? And I just, like I said, that's the reason why I'm so scared about how they're going to edit this, making people seem like something they're not. And, you know, I'm going to definitely support the people in there. I just, you know, for $100,000 too, you know, that's a lot of freaking money. I would do it. I think I would do it. But I don't think I'd get very far.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the gaming part where they make it kind of as real as possible looks interesting. The rest of it, when it comes down to the interaction between the gamers in the house, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but
Why can't you just have a No, but why can't you just have a competition? Why do you need to make them live together in a house?
I guess it just wouldn't be reality TV without that.
But that's what I'm saying. It would be a lot better without that aspect.
But nobody would watch it.
I would. I won't watch reality TV. And so I'm going to be almost forced to watch this to comment on it.
I think you should watch it.
I'm going to have to. I have no choice. I can't say something about it once it comes out. But I'm giving my first impressions on it is I'm not looking forward to this at all. And yes, I've met CG as well, Starslayer, when we were at PAX. Great girl, but it doesn't matter. Even if you were on there, I'd be like, what the fuck are you thinking? If you went on that show, I'd be like, are you fucking serious? No. Like, I'd be probably driving out there and kidnapping your ass back to get you off of that shit. I don't know. I can't stand that stuff.
Well, I just think people are jumping to conclusions a little too soon about it. I say wait until it comes out, and then make your judgment upon that. You know,
what's it going to be on, though? What channel? Like, is it
Sci-Fi
just
Network.
Is it?
Yeah, dude, it's the fucking Sci-Fi channel. It comes out in March.
Bastards.
You know,
Better not interrupt my damn Ghost Hunters.
Well, speaking of Sci-Fi Channel, you know that freaking film that that film that they did here in my community? It's supposed to be out on Sci-Fi Channel. I haven't seen it yet.
Which one?
I'm like an extra in it. I told you about that, right?
No. You don't tell me anything. You always think you do, but you never do.
Some horrible... I can't say... Well, I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet, but based on what I know about it, it looks like it's going to be pretty bad. Like a typical cheesy, you know, sci-fi thing. It's called Wolfsbane. And Mike and I were actually asked to be extras in it. And, like, we're in the background, like, walking and holding hands. And then we're at, like, this restaurant.
Aww.
And it's starring Christy Carlson Romano from, Even Stevens. And she does the voice of Kim Possible.
No, I don't know.
You don't know? And then Jeremy London from, like, Old Party of Five. And then the younger guy from Iron Chef. It looks so crazy. It's basically about, like, Nazi vampires and some shit. And werewolves.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
But yeah, it's supposed to be on the Sci-Fi Channel. And I haven't been able to find anything about it because I want to see if they fucking put us in there. Be like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's me.
Ay.
But anyway.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, there's no way. I don't know. Just going back to the World Cyber Games, I don't know. We'll see how it is. I mean, like I said, the pitting gamers against each other, like, we don't have enough of that when we're dealing with Xbox Live and stuff. We'll see how they react towards each other when the show comes out. But talking about the problems with the gaming community sometimes splitting apart. Let's go to the big topic of last week. And this is a tough one to talk about. As somebody who listened to about 2 or 3 of their podcasts on the site and were subscribed to the magazine, OneUp.com was bought out by a UGO network. People knew the buyout was coming, but people weren't ready for the announcement of EGM going down without even a final issue being released, which is now going to be released in a digital format, which is like whatever. I want it in hand copy. But the biggest news was about 40 people were laid off. And they weren't just behind the scenes people or extras. This was serious editorial staff cutting. With
People that actually really mattered, too.
Yeah, with the likes of Philip Kohler, Nick Sutner, Anthony Gallegos, Shane Bettenhausen. I mean, some people that people were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And it's probably hit UGO harder than they thought it would. They were looking at it from a monetary standpoint. They were probably like, "Okay, we can cut this and make a profit." Because Ziff Davis was having issues big time. They were looking for buyers, and they had filed bankruptcy and all that earlier last year, or late last year. But when they did this, the backlash from the gaming community towards Yu-Gi-Oh was huge. I don't think they realized that the fan base itself would turn as it did. Because when you look at it from a business standpoint only, you don't see the personal standpoint. And a lot of people felt slighted. And I know, me personally, I didn't want to change my OneUp.com page to the childish way it is now, which is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sucks all over it. I wanted to delete it, but you have to jump through a hoop to delete your profile. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If you're not going to let me delete my profile, I'm just going to use it as a statement. And that's what I was pretty much left to do.
A lot of people were doing that.
Yeah, I mean, and I know some of the people were left on at OneUp, and I mean, I know Garnet Lee and Sam Kennedy were left on, and they were going through some, David Ellis is another, and they were going through some survivor guilt, and I can understand that. And I can understand them not wanting to jump ship with everybody else in the economy the way it is. You got to keep your job. I have no ill feelings towards the people who stayed. I understand. You got to have a job as well. I do have ill feelings to the company that bought them without actually sitting down and working with all the people to see where they could put them into other positions and stuff like that. I thought just coming in, and as soon as you buy them, you cut 2/3 of your editorial staff. There's a problem there, even from a business standpoint. And Nick Sutner and them were talking on their new podcast about how they knew something was wrong when they were put into the same room with the EGM folks. They basically, like, we looked around and we're like, uh-oh, why are we in here with them?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, so they kind of were like given a slight warning right before they were told. But I'll give credit to them, even though there was a lot of like stuff coming out, and they were posting up in their Twitter. All of them seemed to get Twitter right when that happened, and the support from the fans of the show and their fellow colleagues and all that has been pouring out. I mean, it's been amazing how much support everybody's been giving these people. I think in the first day, like, Nick Sutner had, within 24 hours, 1,500 followers. A day later, it was 3,500 followers. I mean, it's almost ridiculous in how much people are helping each other out. Just don't expect that. And trying to pull up to see if they've got where Nick Sutner is, so I can just say how many people he has now pretty much a week later.
I can't even imagine the number.
But, yeah, so they kept their head up. I mean, the next day, it was kind of depressing reading all their Twitters. When they were cleaning out the office and all. They were posting pictures of themselves as they were doing it and stuff like that. And it definitely jerks at you. You're like, oh. So imagine going through that right now when you thought you were okay and you were going to be sticking around. Just to have it ripped out, especially when you work so hard at making the podcast what they were. Because their podcasts were unbelievable. I listened to every single one. And, alright, here we go. Nick Sutner now has 4,200. So within 1 week, 4,200 people just said, "Hey, we're gonna follow this guy." I mean, it's unbelievable that the people came together and they said, "You know what? We've got the support. We're gonna do something for you guys." And they said, "We lost our podcast, but we're gonna bring you a new one." And over at EatSleepGame.com, they created Rebel FM. Since they left One Up FM, they created Rebel FM. And they got the first show out. And they were talking about the things that were going on with it. And then they got back into it like they never left.
Yeah, I was listening to it the other day. It's crazy. Just listening to them.
Yeah.
It's nuts. Crazy what happened.
Yeah, and they were talking about how they were going to take donations. And the donations would strictly go to new equipment, stuff like that, to help the podcast go. I don't know the exact numbers. I gave some of my own money as well for a donation. But they keep coming off on Twitter going, they can't believe the donation amounts they're getting. And how much people are helping them out. Like, I have a feeling it's got to be thousands of dollars they've gotten.
Oh, I would imagine.
I mean, I'll even put it out there, I gave 20. I mean, I can't give a lot now. I gave to 2 charities at Christmas $50 a piece, so I'm like, I can't give out too much. But imagine if out of those 4,200 people, if every single person averaged out to $5 or $10, I mean, holy shit, you're looking at 20 to 40,000.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
If it averaged out at that. I mean, even it's just crazy. If you average out $1 a person, it's still $4,200 plus. I mean, you got to look at that and just know that in the gaming community, even though at times people are at each other's throat, when it matters the most, they come together to help each other out. And it made me realize how much the gaming community is a very tight-knit community. And like I said earlier in the podcast, how small it really is. How everybody seems to know everybody. And even when they don't know them and they just listen to the podcast, how you feel like you know them. You know, it feels like they're treating you with respect just by bringing out that podcast and how they talk to you. And it never sounds like they're demeaning. So when the listeners are now able to help them, because they helped entertain the listeners forever, and now you're helping them out. So I think it's great. And unbelievable the support. I mean, I've been proud to be a gamer with the way people have been helping them out.
Well, OneUp.com was actually when I first, years ago, was my first gaming community. So I know I've met quite a few people on there. And I mean, a lot of really good people. So I know not all gamers are assholes. Some are, but not all.
Yeah. Well, I like Nick Sutner's bio on his Twitter. It's like, "Hi, I'm Nick. I used to work at EGM/OneUp. Now I write tiny things quickly for lots of people, apparently." I mean, it's hitting them. I know recently the Twitter post said it's been hitting them and the reality's setting in, but still, at the same time, they keep their spirits up. I'm so happy that they can do that.
They almost have to, you know?
Yeah, I mean, so I definitely have to say, for those who want to find it, OneUp.com still had, as of last week, all the podcasts up. I went on this downloading spree and I got every podcast of One Up Yours, Retronauts, And not Rebel, One Up FM actually had a listener torrent all the episodes. So you can actually get every episode ever and go back through and listen to every episode. So I got them all. All those 3 podcasts. Those are the ones I listened to.
You nerds.
I know.
Nerds.
You're one to talk.
I know.
I mean, Oblivion again.
I'm a dark elf. I like magic.
Magic missile. Fire magic missile. At what? At the dark. So that was a big news, and I'm telling everybody, go out there, get Rebel FM. It's now up on iTunes. You got to get Rebel FM. I mean, no ifs, ands, or about it. Listen to them, support them. I mean, there's no, I should say, contest here between podcasts. Yes, we all want to get listeners, but we all want to support each other. So, check them out. And as I heard, the minute they got it up on iTunes, by the next day they were the number 2 podcast. Period.
Yeah, I saw that.
Number
That's
1
how
in
I saw
gaming.
because they were on number 2.
Yeah, the only thing they couldn't take out was the Mac podcast. So, which doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me either.
So, they immediately shot up to number 2, which means everybody was like, hell yeah, and got it. So, definitely check them out. And I mean, I can't say enough for the gaming community. I thank everybody for supporting them, because it shows that if something ever happened to any of us, there's always going to be people there to help each other out. So with that, our next segment is new releases of the week. And we've got our new releases are not much. I mean, seriously, I think we've got one big name title, if you want to call it big name. I mean, this time of year it probably is. It's Lord of the Rings Conquest. It's for DS, 360, and PS3.
Don't care.
Well, it says players 1 to 16. So, it looks like it puts people into battlefields of, I guess, it says 16 players able to clash online, with 4 players able to play cooperatively through the main campaign, either online or 4-player split screen. I gotta give them credit for that. Not enough games do that for local gaming anymore. So,
I know one person who's excited about that, and that's about it.
Well, it's got 2 distinct campaigns as well, including an original take on what would happen if Sauron regained control of the ring. So,
what?
I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just saying it's the only real game out this week. So there's not much we can say otherwise. Sorry, guys. Maybe next week. Actually, next week there's a couple RPGs I'm gonna talk about. There's about 3 JRPGs dropping next week. Woo!
Yay!
So I can't wait to discuss that.
I'm sure you can.
Oh, you know me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed the new way we do this, the music, and the discussion, the way we're doing it. Because we're going to have that topic of discussion kind of like the one-up every week. We're going to find something to talk about, and that's going to be it. So, maybe I can get Mo into some more rants about female gamers in the gaming community.
What? You know, I don't have any much opinion about that. I mean,
That was yes, you do, because that was great when I got you on the rant last time.
Well, no, it's just not that. It's not what people would expect for me. Like, I'm sure people would expect, like, oh man, I hate bitches, I hate girl game. Oh my god, I'm not like that. I'm not.
You're
gonna...
not like that, but you do have an opinion, even though you like.
I do have my opinion.
Like you don't.
Well, I do have opinions. It's just I'm not a complete bitch about it.
True.
Like a lot of people are. Like a lot of other female gamers are. I don't care. You know, if you're a female gamer and want to show off your titties, show off your titties. I don't give a shit. As long as you're not underage.
Show the yeah.
And not doing it on Pwned.com.
If you're not underage, don't do it on Pwned.com.
Yeah, please
But
don't.
you can always PM me the pictures.
Oh,
I will look at those
That's what I
titties,
was
and
going.
I will review and rate your titties as well.
Don't do that.
Yeah, do it.
Don't send many titties.
Do it.
Oh,
Send me
you
titties.
asked for it now. You asked for it now. I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna
send you
send me?
something.
No, they have to be yours.
No,
No, no,
no,
no,
no, they
no,
don't.
no
Nope,
pictures that's
nope,
not yours.
nope, nope.
Nope. They have to be yours. Don't send me some bullshit of somebody, some huge, like
From
400-pound
Fat
woman's
Jack.
line. No, I don't want to see rolls.
Oh,
I
you'll
don't want to be like, which one's the tits? So, so but yeah, everybody go to GameTopias.com. Check out their podcast, which I was recently featured on, and might become a regular co-host on that podcast as well. And I'm gonna try to bring Mo on for an episode here and
Nobody
there
likes me.
if she
Nobody
has.
likes
Oh, okay. How hard is it for you to find time just to do this one?
They had the,
Let's
well,
be honest.
yeah. Well, at the same time, but like everybody's like, "Oh, Nitro, we want you to be on our show." I need love too.
I told you, with the Average Joe Gamer, I'm gonna bring you on with me, or else I'm not gonna be there.
Okay.
So, and we're gonna have Average Joe Gamer at some point on our podcast, as well as the GameTopiast. The guy who hit me up was Rich, so we're gonna try to get him on if we can get it. One of the girls on as well, Adele, Alex, or Rachel. A lot of people know Rachel.
Yay! We need to get Rachel.
Yeah, I know you know her. You guys both worked at Girls Entertainment Network at one point. But I could hear it. Oh. You hear the silence?
No comment.
Nah. Hey. But you guys worked together before, so you guys know each other.
Yeah, she's a
Which
cool
is
chick.
So we're looking to get them on here, but look for me. I might become a regular thing over there as well, branching out. So, and we're gonna try to get Mo on some, but we got to work around her schedule. Her schedule
Yeah, we're
sucks.
my schedule.
Her schedule is awful. You don't even know what it takes to get this one recorded,
Oh my god, whatever.
or
I
to
did it
keep
on
it being
time.
recorded on a weekly basis.
I did it on time though. Look, I gave you my word, so I'm gonna give you my word, and I gave you my word. So
Oh, I love it.
that was redundant. But my point is, I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna make time.
Damn right.
Yeah. At least until I start my hip hop classes,
Hey now.
and then.
Oh, you got to keep this up every Monday. Every
I know.
month. Your hip hop
I know.
classes need to be on like Tuesday through Friday.
I think they are. I think they're gonna be like on Wednesday and Sunday. I still have to find out information though.
Well, let me get you on webcam so you can show
I
me an
can
example of
show
your hip hop dance.
you
Show me that booty pop. Pop, pop, pop.
Not quite.
Aw. That's the only hip hop dance that I enjoy. The girls
Yeah.
doing the booty pop. Pop, pop, pop. Pop, pop, pop. I can do the booty pop, you know, the old Tootsie Roll dance. Tootsie Roll! Tootsie Roll! It's sad, but I actually can do that.
God.
Oh.
On that
Alright.
note,
Yeah, on that note, we're going to get out of here. Everybody, don't forget, up next is our member interview with Church. And it was a good time. Everybody's got to listen to it.
yeah,
And
everybody has to listen. It was definitely fun. It was interesting.
look for next week's interview. I'm not going to say who it is yet. We got to contact them. Just always check back every week now. We're coming to you weekly. I don't know if iTunes is back up for us yet. I know we resubmitted it, so hopefully it'll be back up. If not, I'll update you guys on that next episode. So, but check it out on our site, pwned.com/total meltdown. You can listen to our episodes there through the player, or you can download them from the archive. Alright, up next is our member interview with Ben. We'll catch y'all next week. And we're back. We are introducing Church. He will be our first member interview for 2009 here on Total Meltdown. How's it going, Church?
Oh, not bad. How's it going, everyone?
Fabulous.
It's
Yeah,
going
you
good
definitely
here.
sounds like it.
Yeah, she's in a weird mood, but she's
Does
female.
it
It's
sound
okay.
good to you? No, just like this sound to you? Like you sound like Mr. Roboto.
You sound a bit like
Like,
that to me too.
I do?
No, she does. You sound fine.
Damn it!
Yeah.
I hope it's not my connection.
A little late
But
to
it
tell
is.
me that now that we started recording.
Oh, fart knockers.
Maybe if you stop downloading porn.
I don't download porn. Ben, stop downloading porn.
I'm not downloading any
No,
porn.
like I said, Ben sounds fine.
I have to blame it on somebody else.
And all our stuff is done, turned off downloading due to some issues. So,
Do I still sound weird?
yeah.
Damn it! Damn it to hell! Oh well,
Yeah,
they're just gonna
yeah,
have to go.
Well, yeah, you sound just statically to me, but yeah, I can still make it out though.
Okay, well that's fine. I can work with that.
Okay. So, for those who don't know, we're picking back up our member interviews, and we have chosen Church to be the first, as basically I've known him a long time now. I want to say, what, 2002?
Somewhere
did you
around
guys-
there.
Yeah. What's that, Shannon?
How did you guys meet?
Korean Music Forum.
Yeah. It's simple as that, and then we met there, and then it was sort of funny that I tried out for a Asian radio station, and he so happened to be there too. Or no, didn't you? Weren't you the one that told me to listen, and then I wanted to DJ, and then
No,
I tried-
you were the one who was trying out.
Oh, that's
and
right.
Basically, what happened was I went to the guy leading up the site, and I didn't even have to try out. I was automatically picked up. I didn't have to go through the trial process.
Yeah, the whole trial process was ridiculous. But yeah, after that, since we were both in the same Korean forum or whatnot, I suggested to one of the moderators there, I'm like, hey, I want to start a radio station here. And then all of a sudden Mike was like, you bastard, why didn't you tell me? And stuff like that. So,
Yeah, so
You
we
know.
basically set up Soompi Radio together
Oh, okay.
with one other person. And it went for a while. I had to leave because of money issues. I couldn't afford it anymore.
but yeah, then we had someone else,
Yeah.
took care of the server and whatnot. And I resigned because it was just way too much
Too much.
to handle.
Yeah. And I eventually came
Wait,
back to
this-
rerun it. Till it
Mr.
died.
Moneybags?
I wasn't Mr. Moneybags 3 years ago.
Oh, I was gonna say it's all them Harvey figures you're buying.
How do he? But
Are you into that stuff, Ben? Do you like the melancholy of Haruhi Shizumiya and like the weird Japanese dating sim games?
No, I try to stay away from. I mean, I'll admit though, I did play one dating sim, but that was about it. Other than that, I just couldn't see myself playing it. So
So you're normal. That's a good thing.
dating sims rock.
you, that's all depending on your definition of normal. Then yeah, I find I'm normal, I guess.
Yeah, so then once I signed up on Pwned, I was like, yo, Ben, you gotta come check this shit out.
Yeah, it was sort of funny because it was like not long he had me checked out another website. All right, sign up there, and it was like, all right, no, come over to this one. All right, so ever since then, me and Mike had been on Pwn, and he's the one with the power, and I'm just a member, which is I'm fine with that. So
Hey, I'm all about putting my best foot forward and doing what I gotta do to help a site out.
oh no, and to be honest with you, I think you're doing a bang up job. You and Mo doing the podcast and whatnot. It definitely brings out the side, especially the personality of you two and whatnot. So
I'm glad somebody thinks I'm doing a good job around here.
Hey! I told you earlier
I'm
that
not-
you have a great podcast
Hey,
voice.
I didn't mean you. I meant other members of the site that
Oh.
well, I'm
get tired
and
of me being an admin.
well, well, someone's got to do it.
I
You
know.
know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I got to be the bad guy. It's okay.
I mean, if no one else is going to do it, then who will? You
Exactly.
know.
So, basically, church, Ben, whichever we call you throughout the night, I'm sure I'll
It
switch
doesn't
back
matter.
and forth. Um,
I'm sure you're going to call me
so,
something else, which you're going to pop out. Oh,
I'm
no,
not
about.
saying it. So, how'd you get your start, like gaming wise? What was like the first thing that brought you into the gaming world?
Oh, jeez. Um, I guess you can blame my old friend in when I was living in East Lansing, Michigan. Uh, he had an Atari, and I forgot what game we were playing at the time. I think we were playing Pong, but we were playing his Atari, and I wanted one. So my parents got me the Atari, and then soon after that, they like my Atari disappeared, and like then all of a sudden like a Nintendo popped up with Super Mario Brothers. I'm like, all right. So ever since then, been from like I just seen like the evolution from like Atari, Nintendo onward. But yeah, that's how you can pretty much say you can blame my friend for getting me into video games. I mean, I don't do it. I don't go out there and compete or anything. It's video games. You're supposed to play for fun.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, you play online, you do get competitive, but I don't go out there and I gotta show my skills, my mad skills. Yeah.
So, what's I'd say your favorite game?
Jeez. Are you talking about
That's
this
tough.
generation?
Tough.
Are you talking about this generation
No,
or just
all
overall?
time. All time.
Oh, man.
That's such a tough question, Nitro.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
You know what? Okay, because if you talk about of all time that I can just pick it up anytime and just sit there for hours and just play it,
Hmm.
I say Tetris.
Really?
Interesting.
I say Tetris because it's for me personally, I like those puzzle type games where you have to sit there and strategize and think and whatnot. Um, I could have gone the easy route and be like Final Fantasy, well, any Final Fantasy. This is an RPG. You can pick it up and play whenever you want. But for me, like I would say Tetris. I can play Luminous for hours. It's just something about the puzzle game that I can just sit there for hours and just play it for hours. It's just something weird about it. I think it's just like the strategy of it or whatnot. I mean, you can say I can also throw in like Final Fantasy Tactics or Disgaea, any of those tactic games out there. But it's just the puzzle games that really gets me.
No, have you ever
So-
played? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to ask you, is your is your favorite genre RPGs? Or do you
Mainly,
have a single favorite?
well, yeah, I like RPGs, and of course, I'm into MMO. For those of you that do know that I do play World of Warcraft, and I have been playing that game since release. So I will admit I've been playing that game for a very, very long time.
I would have never guessed. I would have
Yeah,
never,
I
ever
know.
guessed.
I know, right? Considering that every single time I bring it up, someone shoots me down about it. But what can I say? I love the game. It's just, but no, MMORPG, RPG, strategy, um, real time strategy, puzzles. Those are the type of games that I'm really into. I mean, fighting, it's okay for like a good 30 minutes, then I'm bored. Shooting is a good hour and a half, then I gotta put it down. But, it's just that genre I can just sit there for hours and just be hooked on.
So other than WoW, what is your favorite RPG?
Ooh.
hitting you with the hard ones here.
Yeah, I noticed that. I don't know. I love the Final Fantasy series, but recently it's just been going a little downhill. I think right now I would say Mass Effect is a good one.
Very good RPG. Actually,
Yeah.
it's the only non-Japanese RPG I extremely love, and I can pick up and play it anytime.
Well, that's my issue because I know there's a lot of Japanese RPGs that I've never really played, so I can't really experience that. So, uh, I guess U.S. release. I don't know. I would say my favorite one would be Chrono Trigger.
Nice.
I mean, there's something about that game where it's like you have the triple teamwork, or the double combo, the triple combo, and just how it integrates all the characters into one. It's really that is by far one of a very very good RPG to pick up and play.
I've never played.
Really?
No, I know, and I always hear so much about it, and I hear how great it is. But now I think I might check it out. Of course, I always say that about a lot of things.
Well, it's now out on DS, so
Yeah,
Okay.
it's on the DS, so it's now is your time to play it. I mean, there's a lot of games that's the one thing I like about the DS, where they're releasing some of the old classic games. Granted, it's on the DS, and you gotta use that stylus.
well, the PSP is getting them too.
Well, yeah, I know they had Final Fantasy 1 and 2.
No, they get
Which-
Star Ocean too, which is awesome.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, in like a week or so.
Oh, nice. But yeah, it's definitely something definitely to check out, though. It's a really good game.
That recently came out too for the DS, didn't it? Because I remember Nitro talking about it. I think like last podcast.
Yeah, it came out early December, late November.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, so check it out.
you were talking about you like puzzle games. You ever played Puyo Puyo?
Puyo Puyo. I think I've heard of it. I
It's
think
like
I might
little
have played.
blobs that come down, and you create like chains of 4 of them at a time, or 3 of them at a time. But you can make chain reactions where you take out one at the bottom, and they keep dropping and keep hitting. You can do like huge combos.
It's almost like was it almost like Dr. Mario in a way?
Well, sort of. I'd put it more towards like a puzzle fighter,
Oh, okay.
where you can unleash pretty much attack blocks on the other screen.
No, I haven't played that one. I know like my favorite one is Bust a Move.
Nice.
But Puzzle Fighter, oh wow! I know I've always been looking for that game for like years, and to play that game again.
Do you have an Xbox?
Yeah, I have a 360.
Don't you
Well,
love how he says that?
Well, you know that they have it on arcade, right? They have Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo on arcade.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bought that.
Yeah, I know.
He does not like his
That's actually-
Xbox at all.
That was one of my favorite games when it first came out. Like I spent so much time playing it, and when it came out on Live Arcade, I was just like nostalgia. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yet she never plays with me, so lame.
Well, you never ask.
Well, you never told me you had it.
Well, I do have it. I was playing it the other day.
I haven't been on in like 3-4 days.
Oh, let's see. That's your fault.
I can't help it. I've been watching anime and stuff.
Hey, don't you love the communication these two have, right, everyone?
I know. Some great tension there, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I just love it.
Oh. So, are you into anime too? Like, are you like really big into it, or are you just watch it once in a while?
Certain series I am. Certain genres that I am, and Mike knows it. I love the giant mecha anime or the comedy animes and whatnot. But
Oh, would you just
I'm not-
admit you're a huge Gundam fan?
yeah, I'll admit
There's
I'm a Gundam fan.
Yeah, there's
I've been
nothing
wa-
wrong with being a fan.
Yes, there is.
I- I've been watching. I've been watching the Gundam 00. See, I watched season 1 and currently watching season 2.
I hear Gundam
Yes,
00 is doing horribly in Japan.
you know what? I would not be surprised. But I love it though. I love the series, but because I know everyone was like, "Oh, Gundam Seed is so good," and blah blah blah. The first season was good, but when they released Gundam Seed Destiny, it just sort of went downhill for me.
I want Gundam to die.
You know it's never gonna die.
Yeah, seriously.
Gundam will never die, just like Star Wars will never die, and Star Trek will never die.
Die too.
So you know, like those type of things will never die, and you know Gundam is one of them. So.
Blah.
Do they have crazy like Gundam? Don't they have like a Gundam theme park in Japan somewhere?
I think
Like,
so.
yeah, a roller coaster or something ridiculous like that.
I would not be surprised, but I know they have a one of the other series that I like to watch is it's called Super Sentai, or AKA Power Rangers. It's over here. I know they have a museum of that over there. So
Yeah, they did, and they also had the Gundam museum too.
Don't let Ben talk about Sentai,
Why?
because he'll talk about it for hours.
yes, I will.
I've never seen the Japanese version.
He's big into Sentai. Whether it's Kamen Rider.
Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is Ultraman considered Sentai?
No, Ultraman is considered just Ultraman. I know they release series every year, so there's always a new one. So
I didn't know if it was considered Sentai because they use live action.
well, Sentai means task force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's not really a Sentai.
Okay. I just know the guy's kind of dressed up in that costume and all, so.
Yeah. No, it's just a live action.
Oh, okay.
You can say, but no, yeah, Sentai means task force. If I understand that correctly, yeah. So yeah, if you put it together, Super Task Force.
I remember when Power Rangers first came out in the U.S. Gosh.
It was so horrible, but I used to watch it.
Oh, it was not horrible. It was great.
Which ranger was the one that had the freaking, like, groin bulge? Was it yellow or pink?
I think it was pink.
Probably pink.
Yeah.
Like,
Kimberly something.
They didn't do a good job covering it up, that it was a male playing that in costume when they were jumping around and had this huge groin bulge.
Didn't they, like, take out the actual footage from the Japanese show and just kind of, like, use that instead of redoing like the action scenes all over again?
They still do that to this day.
It's like Dino Rangers or something really strange. Now.
Yeah, no, they do that now. Actually,
that's funny.
They still do that. They still cut the scenes from Japan and try to implement it. But the thing they do different is like after they do like whatever pose or whatnot, they do that from they cut that from the Japanese. Then afterwards, they go to their version with the action scenes. So it's really funny. But when they first did it, they took the pose and the fighting scenes and implemented it into one. So
what about Rita Repulsa? That all she had to be Japanese. That bitch had to be Japanese because they had like the whole like she was speaking English but her mouth was moving.
Well, yeah, no, that was done in Japanese also.
Oh,
that's funny.
Man, you know how many years I have been wondering that, and you just like solved it for me.
I used to watch that when I came home from school, and I used to watch Sailor Moon when I was getting ready for school.
No, because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sailor Moon that was another one. But no. Here's the thing though, because if you notice, because whenever Rita was talking to the Rangers outside the costume. You notice how far away distance she was? She was in a far away distance where you couldn't tell her what her face looked like, but you could tell the outline. Well, that's because they had to try to cover her identity from the Japanese footage.
Wow, I did not know that. I never noticed that. You're like
And
foggling my mind.
yeah, and the White Ranger came from a different series. So, like after when they lost their powers and the White Rangers came about,
Uh-huh.
um, he came from the next Sentai series afterwards. So, I don't know how they try to implement that to the current one, but I was just like, all right.
That's
Interesting.
crazy that you know all that.
Yeah, see, I can talk about this for hours. So let's go off topic and go something else.
So, 2008 had some ups and some downs, especially for you. I know one of your ups was coming out and seeing us at VG Expo.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You
That
want to talk
was
about how that was for you, just like being out there with the rest of Pwn?
I I thought it was a great experience, to be honest with you. Hanging out with you, Mike, Andy, um, Steph was there, Clover, uh, and who was
Not
the other?
Roy.
Roy was there. I know wasn't there someone else? I know
Um,
Roy's brother was there.
yeah, he was there. The guy from Gamer Fitness was there.
Oh yeah, right next to us. Yeah, he was pretty cool to hang out with. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a fun experience. If you minus the the PMS girls.
Oh God, they were so annoying.
The- I was it was funny because I was walking around and stuff like that, and it just seeing how they were responding to some of to their fans, quote unquote fans out there. It was just hilarious. Like they were like, "Hey, we're here slutting ourselves."
Oh, don't
You know,
forget,
I used
don't
to be
forget.
in PMS, right?
What's that?
I said I used to be in PMS.
Yeah, I
That was a
know.
while ago.
Don't forget that they were. Don't forget the If you want a prize, holler.
Oh
Oh
God,
God, that was so annoying. I
I
was like,
wanted to,
shut the fuck up.
I wanted to. Yeah, I needed some bandage to cover up my ears afterwards.
Aw.
But it was cool hanging out with
What
everyone.
about the ones next to us though?
Ah,
Suicide
yes.
Girls.
Now they were really fun to hang out with.
They were awesome.
Too bad we couldn't have a night to where all of us would have hung out. That would have been really really cool.
That sucked. But I had a
Oh,
chance to go back and hang out for a party, but some damn coworker had to hurt his back, and I had to take over his weekend shifts.
Oh, that
that-
sucks. You never told me that.
Yeah, I didn't get to go, but his back was so messed up. He looked like a question mark standing up. So I kind of was like, you know what? I gotta do this for him. He's in too much pain to be left at work. So I got my overtime. That's all that matters.
yeah.
But speaking of the downs, biggest one is comes in the news of your hometown team.
Hey, you know what? Wait. First off, I was rooting for them to go 0-16, and you know that.
But still, it was still technically still your team. I'm not buying that I switched teams crap.
Oh, I never said I switched teams. I was just rooting for them to go 0-16. And a lot of
What
people,
team?
it was. We were talking about the Detroit Lions, the NFL team that went winless in 2008, and I should
The
have.
coach recently got fired, right?
What? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
If he didn't get fired, I would. If he didn't get fired, I would have been livid right
Who,
now, and I
the
would probably
coach?
Rod Marinelli. Yeah.
I don't agree with him being fired, but
Uh,
he was left with what
he
Matt Millen gave him. But
he has only won 10 games in 3 years, and the
Wow.
majority of that was in 2007. So, um, yeah, it was time for a change. With Matt Millen gone, with Rod Marinelli gone, it was time for a change. But I just don't agree with Ford keeping the current GM and president of the team. I thought they could have gone out and looked for other people to take the job, but that's just my opinion. That's actually a lot of people's opinion up here. I mean, if when when the coming weeks was like they were getting closer to 0-16, a lot of the callers I listen to sports radio a lot. A lot of the callers were really saying, "Hey, I want this team to go 0-16. They deserve it." And I know outside of the city, people were like, "We don't want to see this team to go 0-16." Everyone felt bad,
Mhm.
and it was just like, like in a way, I feel bad for the players, but they're also to blame since they're the one that's out there performing. So if they're performing badly out there, then the whole entire team deserve it. But I thought they could have just they could have blew up the whole organization up, started brand new, and just gone on from there. But no, they kept the same the interim GM and the president. So now it's funny how a lot of the candidates for head coaching jobs are turning down interviews to go to Detroit.
Wow.
They've asked five head coaches candidates. They've all turned them down. So reportedly, they interviewed one guy, Jason Garrett from Dallas Cowboys. Supposedly they interviewed someone else, but other than that, that's about it. They've only interviewed 2 guys out of the possible.
So do you
8.
think they'll win a game next year?
That's depending on the draft. And the funny thing is about this upcoming draft, I think all these QBs names that's coming out or whatnot, they're gonna pick a QB in the first pick.
They should trade for Matt Castle, but
Matt Castle's got the franchise tag on him.
you can still trade for him, but you got to give up a first and third round,
Yeah,
which is
But-
worth it. It's not like you guys have done anything with your picks in the past.
wide receiver,
Yeah.
wide
But,
receiver.
I'm trying to think. So I gotta ask, what is your favorite part of Pwned? Like, what do you enjoy the most out of the site?
The shout box, come on! The drama,
I
the
saw
drama-filled
that.
shout box. I mean, you walk in there, you don't know what they're talking about, but yet somehow drama's gonna be brewing in there, and it's gonna bound to happen. You talk about one game, and someone's gonna, oh, it sucks. Someone talks about how great Halo 3 was. I go in there like Halo 3 is overrated. you know, it's just a drama-filled shout box, and then you go to the adult. Now the new adult shout box is like, hey, blah 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 blah, enter, go back to the normal shout box. Then you go back there like 5 minutes later, you see like a response, blah 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 blah. So it's all about the shout box. I mean, now I've gone into the forums and actually responding in there like a whole lot more than used to. But now that I'm aiming for like the Alienware PC, I'm actually going to be doing a whole lot
Good
more
luck.
on there. So
Good luck.
yeah, I know.
I've got over 100,000 points, and I've been around a year.
How many
Give some
points
to
do you
me.
have in?
Currently, hold on, I have to bring it up actually, but no, I remember I was there for like over a year also, and I had the least amount of points until I went to the event. I'm like, hey, I got points out of this. Because they were talking about, yeah, we were talking about giving you points before showing. I'm like, all right, whatever, that's fine. So currently I have right now 25,736.
Nice.
Yeah.
You can get a DS game or a PSP game.
Yeah, I don't have either.
Oh, what would
I
you?
don't-
Are there any improvements to the site you would prefer to see, or?
You know what? Actually, currently, I sort of like the way it is right now. I mean, the toolbar that was going on at the bottom, I did not like that at all when it first came out. So I was like, "Where's the option to take that off?" Because I hit the X button and it kept like going up. I'm like, now I like it where it is, where it's like the very top.
Yeah, I agree.
I think when the site first came out of beta, I loved it. I absolutely love how it is right now. I would not make any changes about it.
It's good to hear. Went through a lot to get the site up. I was
Yeah.
testing it for like a week.
Were you really?
You poor thing.
But yeah, it was tough trying to figure out every glitch, every problem, every issue before the site came out.
This needs to be done. This needs to be done. Yeah, that's almost like baiting
Yeah.
a game.
Oh, you've also been joining us for the Pwned game nights, especially on 360. How are you enjoying those? Even though I know you're not a 360 person mostly.
It's fun to interact with people. Yeah, that's about it. I just draw and interact with the people, even though I really don't like Halo 3 or use the 360 controller for first person shooter. But no, I just pretty much go in there and just enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I know I'm not gonna win, so I just go there, enjoy myself, and just that's about it. If I get a kill, I get a kill. If I die, then I die. I'm not gonna cry about it, but I'm just there to enjoy myself and just interact with the people that shows up. So it's a little hard. My only complaint is it's a little hard to talk with so many people talking at the same time. That's my only complaint. But other than that, it's fine. I just sit there and listen anyway. So
Best is still the knife fight.
oh yeah,
Call of Duty 4?
Yep.
Yeah. That is fun.
I want to do the bayonet fight in World at War now.
you know what? I heard that game was actually pretty good. I'm not
It's
sure.
not bad. I prefer Call of Duty 4.
Yeah.
I don't like these old ass weapons.
It's like, no, for me, it's like, are they going back to World War III again? I mean, World War II again?
Yeah.
I mean, really? I don't know. I mean, I remember my first World War game was Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and just the beachhead stage was really difficult. I was like, I remember the first time I played that, I literally spent an hour figuring that board out, like where to go, where to cover, and so it was. I can't believe I spent an hour figuring that one out. So do I get to ask you guys a question or no? Or is this just
Well, we'll give you a chance to ask each of us one question.
I don't know. See, I don't know when Nitro's going to ask you a question. So that's why I don't say anything.
But she
So I
needs to. She
so I
has to
don't
speak up.
Dude, I've been asking questions. So,
You can ask us each one question if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it'll come up when I think of one.
And then I have one final... Oh, I was going to say, because I have one final question before we get out of here.
Oh, that's fine.
Sure you don't have anything for us?
So when are we going to Japan, Mike?
Hopefully this year.
can I hide in your suitcase?
Yep. You can hide in my pants.
Oh,
You're gonna have to spade the hell out of me. 'Cause there's no way I'm surviving. What is it? 17-hour plane flight?
Yeah.
Hell
In
no.
my pants? Yeah, no.
Oh God.
There's a monster in there.
Oh, dear God. Trust me. No. Trust me. I know how Mike is like. So
Whoa,
That's
what?
no,
Oh
I'm
my
not talking about.
goodness.
I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about his behavior.
My behavior is fine. Actually, you were in the car the only time that I've maxed out the speed in my Scion.
Oh,
Oh, I remember
wow,
that.
dude.
What was it, 115? Going down 95.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not dangerous.
No, it wasn't at all. I was just racing some Lexus or something.
Yeah, because the Lexus wanted to race you or
He
something.
kept trying to keep me from getting over, and when I finally got over, I took off down the road, and he was chasing.
And then afterwards, she just stopped.
Yeah, because I took off. He knew I wasn't playing around in my little XB. My
Yeah,
box got
isn't
to
that-
get up and go.
Wasn't that when you first got it though?
It
I know it was great.
The summer after or something like that.
Yeah, I know you. I know you just got the thing. So
Yeah.
What year is it?
It's a 2005.
Oh, okay. Mine's 2007.
Meh.
oh, you have a XB also.
No, I have a TC.
No, she's not cool enough to own an XP.
I'm sorry. I don't feel like driving around in a box.
Leave my toaster alone.
Hey! I think the box is fine. I actually want to get an XB.
I love being in a box.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with the XB.
I think they're a little goofy looking.
I love being in box. I mean, in a box.
Is it roomy inside? I've always thought it looked kind of small.
I prefer when it's nice and tight inside. Roomy is kind of
Oh
worrisome.
my gosh.
Yeah. You did not see the one coming. Come on.
I know, I did see it, but he never, ceases to amaze me.
I know. I can't help it. I'm always on a roll.
Yeah.
But
Plus, I just... Good.
No, I saw it coming a mile away. I was just waiting for Mike to say something else so that you finally know what he was saying.
Yeah. Well, I set myself up for most of his little perverted jokes, so...
She does it all the time.
I got nobody.
I think she likes it.
So.
No, I mean, I think she likes the fact that I make these jokes. Not that she likes me in her box, but that she likes me making the jokes.
Well, if people can
my
get a
God.
laugh at my expense, then by all means, joke.
Hey, I make just as many self-deprecating jokes as I do jokes on her, so...
And you know what? I think everyone has figured that out with the past podcast. So
Yeah, I hope they're all listening. I think with the member interviews, we're going to gain a lot of listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But, all right. We're going to have to wrap this up, but I have one final question for you.
okay.
It's 2009 now. What game are you looking at most this year that's coming out?
Ooh, there's quite a few of them too. I think the biggest one for me, and once I get a major upgrade on my PC, would be StarCraft 2.
Oh, dude, that's
Yeah.
so
Like-
stereotypical for an Asian. Come on.
Hey, like I said, for me,
Break
all
out
right,
of the
but-
stereotype.
but no, console-wise, PS3, I would have to say Final Fantasy 13.
You got to get that on
I'm a
360 instead.
I'm a sap. No, I'm getting it for the PS3. A sap like that for the 360. What is coming out for the 360 this year? I don't even know. Oh wow,
Star
Normally,
Ocean, the new Star Ocean.
for 360?
Is it really?
It's coming out in March, I believe.
Oh, well,
It's
okay.
360 only.
Oh, I might have to get that one. All right, then there's my 3 right there.
No Wii games.
After hearing the news that Wii Sports took the number 1 spot for best-selling game, yeah, I'm done with the Wii. I'm completely done.
I've never started.
Yeah. me either.
I own one, and I own one just to play the Legend of Zelda, the Twilight Princess. After I beat the game, I was done. The replay value for that game was just non-existent at all. So as soon as I beat the game, I was done. I was done with the Wii. I mean, there's so much you can do with Wii Sports. I mean, there's so many frames of bowling that you can do with your hands before your arm and shoulder hurt in baseball and boxing. So I was done with the system overall. I mean, I like the concept. I think it's an innovative concept. It's just it's geared for the casual gamers, and I've been playing games for, like I said, since the Atari. So, I mean, I nowadays, with work and everything, yes, I'm a major WoW head, but I still consider myself a hardcore gamer because I will take the time and actually turn on my 360 and PS3, but other than that, that's about it. So, PC gamer rules. No,
PC gamers suck.
just because you can't use the mouse and keyboard at the same
I
time.
can't anymore. That's what I started on. It's because of the mouse and keyboard that I have to invert my y-axis in every game.
You serious?
Yeah, because of the mouse. When you move the mouse forward, you look down. So it's the same thing. When I move my controller thumbstick forward, I have to have it look down.
That's
Because
funny.
forward is basically up, so I have to have it that way.
No, I have to have it where it's the other way around, where you move your mouse up, you look up, you move the mouse down,
I
you look
can't.
down.
It drives me insane.
But that's funny because like any like Ace Combat games, I need to have it the other way.
Well, yeah, flying games you gotta have it inverted.
Yeah,
But yeah,
flying games you gotta have it inverted. You have the other way.
like
There's no
I couldn't
doubt
play
about
Silent Hill Homecoming because the only time you could invert the y-axis was while you were aiming. So walking around the levels, I was like, I started freaking out. I was like, I can't play this shit anymore. I can't reteach myself how to do up and down down.
it. Oh wow.
It was that bad.
Oh jeez. All right, so gonna wrap this up because I need to go shopping real quick.
No,
All right, cool.
not at all. Because I got
All
one
right.
question to ask you.
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to ask you that. But all right.
Wait, which one was it?
About your ex.
Ah,
I already told you I wasn't.
yeah, no. Let's not go there.
Yeah, because I'm probably in the same boat. But anyway, we thank you for coming on to Total Meltdown.
Well, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, you're an active member.
Oh, I mean, no, yeah. Thank you for actually doing, taking your time and doing the podcast and whatnot, and giving your fresh review of like games and whatnot. On both sides, Mo as a girl gamer and Mike as a hardcore gamer. So, it's a good fresh feeling for having you guys doing the podcast and whatnot. So,
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's tough sometimes with her, especially that time of the month.
Oh my god. We're ending it now.
Alright, so she's gonna read me a new one once we sign off.
yeah, you know what? I would not be surprised at all.
So we thank everybody. This has been our show, Total Meltdown, for the first show of 2009. We'll see you guys again next week for our second episode of 2009. Hopefully we'll be featuring Andy and Roy to talk about the site redesign and launching us out of beta. So until next time.
Oh, when you talk to them, tell them I said what's up.
All right, no problem. All right, we'll see everybody later. Thanks to Church for showing up, and peace out.